And moved the boarding up from here to here.
I'll be completely honest with you, I forgot about you. Right, good morning. It's Tuesday, I know that much. Tuesday the 7th. And today, we'll hopefully get a big chunk of this done if this weather behaves. It's meant to be 20 degrees today. So far it's not. But we'll see. So, I can't remember if we did a little catch up last night before we went, but here's where we're at. Like I said yesterday, that is our finished height that we want to go around with. And I got up to here last night with the last bit of mortar we had, and I've been making this work as best as I can. Obviously it's all fiddly up here. There's that line there is this height, and then it's just the course of block on top. I'll have to do some fancy cutting around that. But yeah, so far I don't think it's too bad. Anyway, so while I was doing all that, Dad has been coming across with the beam filling. Obviously he's been using all the offcuts and what have you, because it's just the beam filling here, so it's not a big deal. And he was also filling in the cavity tray with the insulation, so we can get that started off again. Yeah, so that's the plan. That'll just continue with here. I'll continue here. I need to get some cuts done. We're waiting on some blocks again. Fairwoods are coming out this morning with some, and then they're going to come back later on today, hopefully, with another full pack, because I've still got a load of block to go yet. But no, it's taking shape. I always love building on top of a course of tie wires, because then you know it's built in. It's strong. It's like when you build in Lego. I think I've said this like 20 other times, but when you just do that little page that just bonds everything together and makes it strong, oh god, bloody lovely. Anyway, so I believe then it's 2 more courses on top of here, and then just all that around. So I will I'll throw you on time lapse when we start working. I'm going to get a mix in now and get cracking.
Welcome to a beautiful sunny Tuesday, day after bank holiday Monday. That side is finished. That end block just needs knocking over. But yeah, that's it, finished. Well, it will be finished when it gets coping on top. We're still roofing and stuff to do yet. we're just trying to decide how to do the top as well. But yeah, copings are ordered, but there's no rush to put them on. We can't reach anymore, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, nearly 8 courses high off the scaffold there, and we need to be above for putting the copings on, so we're going to be doing that off the roof. So a lot better to reach from there. They're cracking on with the roof today, and then there's the faff that we've had to do. Because there's a wall plate in it, it completely throws our gauge out. So we've ended up with this. I've shown you this yesterday. So this is the way, when I swapped it, this is what we swapped to. So these cuts are getting done, these are the offcuts. So basically just using all the crap up off the scaffold. So all this would have gone in the skip. So you're not doing extra cuts either then. So these are offcuts anyway, so that would save me doing all these cuts to put these in here. So and this corner's messed up as well. Again, because of the wall plate. So we've ended up with a 40mm piece to get us into gauge with the tie wires because of the wall plate. Then on top of that, you've got the coursing brick. So you've got a piece, then a piece, and then full block on top. So it's an absolute faff, but got to be done. You see where the 6-inch turns into the 4-inch. Oh, so what that means is I think 2 more courses of bricks as well. So I'll have to get some boards up on top here and get that done overhand. What we should probably do is get the beam filling done first, and then we can stand on the wall then to do the last couple of courses of brick. So it's all a faff now, it's all awkward, but it's coming together. I don't know how I'd do a job on this like this on a price and how you'd price it, because I've spent hours doing cuts, and that Evolution saw of ours is an absolute godsend. Absolute godsend. It's lightweight, you just throw it around up and down the scaffold, and as long as you keep your batteries charged at break and dinner, it'll keep going all day, or have a spare set of batteries. It's painfully slow this bit, but once this beam filling's done here, that's all just running in across there. So hopefully we get some progress done this afternoon. Oh yeah, and trying to fill in this stupid triangular gap down here as well to bring it level for the next sheet of insulation. And we've got a pack of 100mm cavity bats there to do just the top of the parapet. Just there's not a cold spot above. So I've just got to faff around this corner, try and get it set up so I can get this block on, and then the block's going off then so we can pull a line across tight, because that line is going to be very tight across there. And then I might just get these top 2 bricks on this corner, because there's no profile on it now, and I'll do the same at the other end, so we've got a solid corner to pull the line off. Right, so we're concentrating on the front today. Well, so far. Depends when the blocks come back. He did say an hour, so hopefully they'll be ready soon. So I need to shut up talking and get up here and get this little bit sorted. So catch you in a bit.
It was wax. 13 points, so that's a decent score. Okay. And we have another player, Charlotte Walls and Dante, waiting to play after this. The Vault, it's our archive anthems, going to do a different decade every day. Text and correspondence. Mike Williams making models in things. Mark, I love the 90s. Let's go. 92, went to art college for a couple of years. Got my first job. I always remember the time grunge music entered the mainstream. Pearl Jam, still one of my favourite bands. Alive was their great song. Absolutely. And then we got Natalie in Kingsley. 1995, I was 10 years old, and on the 13th of June 95, my much-wanted baby brother Kieran was born, making the biggest girl around. Unchained Robson and Jerome, and he was named Kieran after one of the characters in Soldier Soldier. We are now 40
in 96, and I was a member of a live audience at TFI Friday. I love the 90s still, and I listen to Vernon and Dermot's 90s shows every week. One of the anthems, and there's so many to choose from, but one of them I love is Olive, You're Not Alone. Thanks, Mark.
Very much a dance sound on the 90s favourite with Vernon, that one. Thank you very much, Emma. Lovely to hear from you. And here's what Joe in Suffolk had to say.
When you said 1990s, Mark, the first thing that came to mind was growing up in rural Suffolk when Radio 1 was the only link to live music, until eventually Bryan Adams came to town. We went to see him play at Ipswich Town Football Stadium. It was the most exciting thing that happened to me in the whole 90s.
Thank you, Joe. Brilliant memories. It was really like that then. The kids today do not know they're living when all there was music on the radio and maybe on the record store. There was no streaming.
There we go. Well, Clive does the pub lunch quiz. Second wall up to height. Just got to get this not backed up. Get the front up next. First thing is fettle, get the rest of these fillets in, because this one's different. This one's deeper because it's a small lintel. So then we can come across with the full sheet, straight across, tape it all up.
Not a lot of talking today, but good bit of working. This wall, if you include the little off parts at the end there's roughly about 28 blocks per course, so there's quite a bit there to it. So yeah, but we've made some progress. Like I say, that is up to height. The whole back of here now is up to height, and then tomorrow Dad's just got all these cuts finished, so we'll have the piece and then this will be up to height. So I will see you tomorrow for finishing this part off.
So we're going to be on this side today, so it's boarded out ready. Got all the beam filling to do, all the messing about, and then actually before the beam filling we'll probably do the brickwork so we can stand on the wall plate. So there's 2 courses to go up there, and lads were busy yesterday finishing the roof off. You see the fairings there and the falls, and the insulation's up and the boards are up. It's just flabbergasting how big that is. The fact that it's day work is a big difference. It means you can take your time and get things bang on, especially this insulation. Wouldn't like to do this on a price. I wouldn't have a clue how to start pricing it, because the amount of extra hours we've spent on fiddly bits that you don't think about, just time consuming bits. I think the copings are ordered, so we're getting there. Got myself a coffee today because I picked some milk up, so we just need to see how many block we need, get them on the scaffold, and then get on to Stuart and get us some more delivered. Catch up.
I'll be completely honest with you, I forgot about you. Completely forgot about the camera, so I've not filmed anything today. But finished. That's another side finished. One of the the biggest side finished completely. And then I'm sure Dad can show you in a bit. He's been doing some stuff downstairs in the extension. He'll show you that in a bit. So yeah, it's a big lot of wall. So we've got a bit of mortar left. There's a window to, we've got to reduce, yeah, built. So we'll use what spare block pieces we have left to do that, since we're all out. Dad found just enough to finish this off, otherwise we'd have been short.
A full block.
Yeah.
Block's coming Friday.
Friday?
Find something else to do tomorrow. Oh no, we could do the wall, can't we?
Yeah.
I don't know. This one's going to be a bit difficult, isn't it, with the scaffold in the way?
Which one?
This side.
What do you mean?
That side's going to be repaired as well. It's going to be tubed out and built.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Might have to wait till the scaffold's down for that. It gives us something to come back for. Yeah. Then I guess start digging.
We'll be digging today. We've got 2 courses to go up there. We've got to load them up, get the corners up, get the brickwork up. So that won't be done today.
Oh, do you plan to do the whole brickwork today?
I was hoping to, yeah. At least need to get the corners built so they're going off. We'll just use up on the mortar, but we need to get cleaned up first. So if you pass me the hoodie and then start throwing some bits in, I'll show them what else we've been doing.
Okie.
Yeah, I've had a tidy up in here. I moved all those boards over to this side because there was 2 full blocks underneath. So I've been scavenging all the blocks that are scattered everywhere. So while I was at it, cut all the viscreen off, just tidied up a little bit. It's getting there now. And I've had a little organiser around here. John, our super driver from Fairwoods. That sand was over there where the van is, with 2 bags of stone on top of it. So obviously we couldn't get at the sand with the stone on top, so he's lifted over. We've slashed the bags, so all the stone's dropped here, 10mm limestone, so we can use that for concreting, and we'll probably see what the customer says, and we'll probably just use it to top off down there. Just clean it off a bit, take it down a bit, and then top it off with the 10mm limestone. We've got to put a new base panel in, a new fence panel in there, and like a batten on the wall to secure it. Need a little bit. This is the wall repair, which is going up and straight back to the corner there, leaving that little bit open for the next door neighbour. No point building next to the wall and having that little entry to nowhere. It goes nowhere, because that's where the wall is up there. The wall steps back in, so it'd just be a dead end. So it's pointless. So that's being squared off on the corner. So that needs digging out, concreting, toothing in, and repairing. That's with the 7 Newton blocks which are here. What else did we do? Got the building sand moved from here over to here. Put the open sand into the new sand, so that's all there. The drive's now clear. So I moved all the insulation over to this side, out of this way here. So now the van is where the insulation and the ton bags were. Out the way, so we've got plenty of drive for deliveries and stuff now. John can get his wagon up to here for deliveries. I picked up 6 cement this morning, and they also sent 6 cement, so we've got 12 cement. So they need paying for. And I've tidied this room out. The bedroom. Let's take the light with us. There you go. pads up on the roof, so it's now more or less watertight. Give it all a good clean, scrape the floor, cut all the viscreen back, and move the boarding up from here to here. So it's this room is now, there's the bedroom. So now it makes sense. You've got your door, little corridor into the bedroom, and this is going to be the ensuite, as you can see by the window, one of the windows I put in. Stop feed that. Yeah, so this is the dumping ground basically, so that all this can now come into here. That was the idea, get this finished so we could get sealed up and start using it for storage and stuff, because this isn't important, this room, it's the kitchen dining room which is important. Right, we're organised, we're sorted, that lines up. Let me show you a bit closer. So we're going to use the first cuts we're going to use on here. Look, both lines are up there, so 130 cut I think they are, so get all them done, and then whatever's left out of this lot we'll use up there in the beam filling, because it's a full course first, so we'll just put all the bits in, get all the bits used up, which isn't going to take us very far. Just a lot of housekeeping mainly today, finishing bits off. I just get stuck into the block where I can get it done, but you can't do that with no blocks, can you?